according to Matthew 4:4. Moreover, he, Yeshua, or Christ, concluded for himself and said, "It is written, a man will not live upon bread only, but upon every word that comes out of the mouth of God." Now, where can we find every word that comes out of the mouth of God? Well, just like what Yeshua or Christ said, it is written. But where? In Deuteronomy 8:1-3. All the commandments, mitzvah or mitzvot, which I, Moses, appointed you this day, you shall keep to do, in order that you may live and multiply. Go and inherit the land which Yahweh swore to your fathers. Remember all the ways which Yahweh Elohim made you walk these 40 years in the wilderness, in order to humble you, to test you, to know whose heart keeps the commandments, mitzvah or mitzvot, or not. He humbled you with hunger, and made you eat manna, or man, which you knew not, and neither your fathers knew, in order to make you know that a man will not live upon bread only, because upon every word that comes out of the mouth of Yahweh, a man will live. In other words, every word that comes out of the mouth of God can be found in all the commandments, mitzvah or mitzvot, or law or written Torah that was given by God to Moses at Mount Sinai. Some might say, but isn't Moses only talking to the children of Israel? Should we just listen to Paul, who is talking to Gentiles like us? Alright, let's listen to Paul in Ephesians 2:11-19. Wherefore, remember, because you, in the old time, were Gentiles in flesh, who they call as the uncircumcised, under who they call as the circumcised in flesh, made by hands. Because in that one time you were separate from the Christ, Yeshua, an alien from the citizenship of Israel, and foreign to the covenant or agreement or promise, holding no hope and godless in the world. Moreover, now you, the ones from the past, being far or Gentiles, have become near or Israelites in the blood of the Christ or Yeshua. For he, Christ, is our peace. He, Christ, made both of us one, Gentiles and Israelites, and broke the partition fence. Abolish in his flesh not the law of God or written Torah, but the hostility of the law of God or written Torah toward sinners, the commandments and ordinances, in order to create in himself the two, Gentiles and Israelites, into one new man of peace, and to reconcile fully both Gentiles and Israelites to God our Father in one body through the stake or cross, to kill in him not the law of God or written Torah, but the hostility of the law of God or written Torah toward sinners, and came with good news of peace to you, the far Gentiles and near Israelites. Because through him, Christ, both Gentiles and Israelites can hold access in one spirit toward the Father. Certainly, therefore, you are no longer foreign and strangers, rather fellow citizens, the sacred ones, and of the house of God. Also, according to Paul in Romans 2:25-29, indeed, circumcision truly benefits if one practices the law of God or written Torah. But if one have been a violator of the law of God or written Torah, your circumcision becomes uncircumcised. Certainly, if the uncircumcised or Gentile keeps the righteousness, the law of God or written Torah, he would not indeed be counted into the uncircumcised or Gentile, but counted into the circumcised or Israelite. And judge, he who is uncircumcised in nature or Gentile accomplishes the law of God or written Torah, or you who in letter or birth certificate and is circumcised or Israelite violates the law of God or written Torah. For he is not a Jew or Israelite outward, neither circumcised outward in flesh. Rather, he is a Jew or Israelite inward, and circumcised in the heart, in spirit, not in letter or birth certificate, whose praise is not from man, rather from God. In other words, listening to Paul also means listening to Moses, which also means listening to Yeshua or Christ, the Word of God. According to Yeshua or Christ in John 5:46-47, for if you believe Moses, you will believe me, for he wrote about me. Moreover, if you believe not his book or written Torah, how much more will you believe my words? Also, according to Yeshua or Christ in Matthew 5:17-19, think not that I came to destroy the law or in Torah, or the prophets, or Nevi'im. I never came to destroy, but to fulfill, or do. For surely I speak to you, even the sky and the world perish, one jot or one least of the law or in Torah will never perish. Nothing will perish of the law or in Torah, even all will be fulfilled, or done. Who certainly breaks one of these least commandments, mitzvah or mitzvot, and teach men after this manner, will be called least in the kingdom of heaven. But whoever does or fulfill and teach these will be called great in the kingdom of heaven. If you find this helpful, just simply like and subscribe to this channel. If you want to help back, just kindly donate at our Ko-fi or Patreon. Links are in the description. Thank you and God bless.